Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be doing some example solves for predicting my first F2L pair. Now, if you haven't seen my tutorial and guidelines video for predicting the first pair, I recommend you visit that. However, it isn't really a prerequisite to watch this video. Here, I'm just showing you more my thought process and strategies I opt for to find my first F2L pair. Also, just a quick reminder that it's best to try all these scrambles on your own first before seeing my solution, just to optimize your learning. But with that being said, let's just get right into it. Okay, so as I'm editing this, I decided to make two parts of this video because it ended up taking me over 25 minutes to go over just 10 solves, which I realize now that nobody really has the attention span to endure that long, or at least me. So that's why in this video you're seeing 1 out of 2. I will post the link to the second video in the description. But yeah, you can also watch this video in 2x speed to save time because I take some time to do my own thinking here, which contributes to why this video is longer than perhaps anticipated. But anyways, let's get back into the video. Okay. Oh, so I noticed this block here, which is nice. For the scramble, I'm just gonna do a simple L F2 R2 to insert the blue, red, and the green, and then I'm going to do a D2 and then insert the orange. So essentially, it's going to look like insert the blue, followed by the red and the green, and then this orange, insert like that. Okay. Now, what I like about this cross solution is that when I'm doing my insertion for the blue, this corner piece is going to be on the top layer, and it's going to remain in this position for the entirety of the cross solution, right? None of these other cross solution moves are going to be interfering with it. So that gives me ample time now. Well, I know I first should decipher what I'm going to get. So the green's going to be on top here, with the white sticker on the side, and then I can look at where this edge piece is going to go. So once I insert the blue, red, and the green, I'm going to do a D2, which is going to be over here, and then I'm going to do an F2. So the red is on the bottom, which means it's going to be on the top. Therefore, I have a 3-move case to insert in the back here. So it's going to look like this, and then 3-move case in the back, like that. Okay. Just going to solve the rest of my F2L so we can go into the next scramble. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, so for this scramble, I'm going to let the red solve the blue such that those two are in relation, and then I'm going to solve those two and then use the orange to solve the green. So essentially, it's going to look like this, where I do a D prime and then solve the red and the blue to be relation, and then go ahead and solve the orange and the green. Okay, now when I'm doing this, one thing I notice is that when I'm going to be solving, if I'm going to use that last move technique that I was referring to before, or when I'm just focusing, in other words, on this green edge piece, I know that when I'm inserting it, this corner piece is gonna end up in the top layer. Right, so when I'm doing this right here, I'm going to do a D2, and then I'm going to be essentially doing an F move insertion, and this corner piece is going to be over here. Once I do the F move to insert the green, it's going to be over here. And more specifically, the case that I will get is, And more specifically, the case that I will get is, so this one is going to be over here. So I'm going to do a U prime. So the white sticker is going to, so after I do the F insertion, the white sticker is going to be on the top here. The green sticker is going to be over here. Okay. And then when I'm looking at my edge piece, where that's going to go, so I insert the red and the blue, that's not going to affect it. And then I have to do a D2. So that's going to be over here now. And then I'm essentially doing an R2 because when I'm inserting this green here, it's not going to be affecting it. So that means that the orange and green stickers are going to be on the top. So white, green, orange, green here. That means I'm going to have to do RU2 R prime to get that to set up a 3-move case. So overall it's going to look like this. I'm going to have to do RU2 R prime, and then I have the 3-move case. Okay, solve the rest of F2L, and we'll move on to the next scramble. Okay, so for this scramble, what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to insert the green and the orange first, and then when I'm doing that, it's going to set up the orange and the blue to be in relation with each other, and then I can just solve them. So essentially, I'm just going to be solving the green and the orange like that, and then inserting the blue and the red. Okay, now another thing I like about the solution is that when I'm doing this insertion of the orange here, I'm going to be doing an R prime, and it's going to temporarily set this. It's going to set this corner piece to be in the top layer, and the rest of the cross moves are not going to be affecting it. Because it's all the way over here. So again, that gives me ample time to now look into my edge case. So I'm going to have the white sticker on top here and the orange here. So when I'm doing the edge case, when I'm looking at where the edge is going to go, I'm essentially, okay, it's going to actually just end up being in this case, because when I'm doing, I'm essentially doing an F2 to insert this green here, but then my red is going to be at the top, so I have to do another F2. So it's just going to end up back over here. So that means that I have a little bit of a nasty case-ish. Not ideal F2L case, because my edge is going to stick over here. So I can just like take out the F2L corner. The edge piece right here, and then do the classic white corner piece, F2L white corner piece on top, F2L case. So I'll do L prime UL to get this piece out, and then I can just easily solve it from there. So overall it's going to look like this. I'm going to take this piece out, and then I have an easy insertion case right there. And rest of F2L. Okay. Alright, so for this scramble here, alright, so what I'm going to do is use the blue to solve the green here, so that's in relation with the orange, and then use the blue to make the red in relation with it. So essentially, where is it here? Essentially, bring the blue down with an R prime, and RDU2, and then insert the red, and then insert the green and the orange. Okay. All right. So when I'm doing this, okay, yeah. So one of the tips that I usually have, and I kind of knew this from, if you saw my previous video, when you're doing like the 2-move edge insertions, you're gonna kind of practice them so much that you kind of almost memorize which certain corners are gonna be in the top layer. So for this case, whenever I have to do like an L and then an F2, I know that the corner that's going to be attached between the two edges is going to end up in the top layer. So in this case, so I'm going to do it, so the white's here, then I'm going to do an F, and it's going to come down, so it's going to be white sticker on top with green over here, orange over here. Okay, so now I have to look at my F2L, sorry, my edge case, what I'm going to get over here. Okay, okay, so I'm going to do, once I do the D, I'm going to do an R, which is going to bring it over here, and then I'm going to have to insert the red, which is going to do another R, so it's going to be over here. Okay, so I basically have to do RU2 R prime again to get the 3-move case. So it's going to look like this. Like here, and then I go ahead like that. Okay, let's take a look at the next. Well, all right. Okay. Okay, so for this one, there are actually a lot of corners that are going to end up in the top layer from the solution that I have. So what I'm essentially going to do is I'm just going to insert this this red to be in relation with the blue, and then I'm going to do a D such that it's going to be in relation with the orange, and then I'm going to insert the green to be in relation with everything then, and then just align the cross. So there. Essentially, going to insert the red like this, D prime, insert the green, solve the cross like that. Okay. Now let's go through a bunch of the F2L options I have, first F2L pair options that I have, because a lot of these corners are going to end up in the top layer. Okay, so the very first one that I notice is that when I'm going to be inserting this red over here, this corner piece is going to end up in the back over there. Okay, so that works out nicely. So it's going to be in the back here. It's going to be in the top layer. However, I need to see if this edge is going to be in an ideal location for me to go into my first F2L pair, because I don't want a bad F2L case for my first F2L pair. So I'm going to do, so this is going to go in the back here. The edge is going to be here after I insert the red, and then when I'm going to do insert the green, it's going to come back over here, like literally just this location as it is right now, and I'm going to have to do an R2. So it's going to be all the way over here. An edge in like not on the top layer is not ideal. So let's take a look at maybe if there's a better F2L option. So if you recall from like the previous scramble, anytime where I have to do like an R or L followed by an F2 to insert two edges, the corner that's going to be in between the two edges is going to be in the top layer. So in this case, it's going to be this corner right here. So this is going to end up again white sticker at the top in this location right here, with red in the back and green over here. And then the edge piece is over here, so where is that going to go? It's going to be green. Okay. So again, it's in the top, it's not in the top layer, and it's also not in the right quadrant. So again, it's not ideal, but let's see if we can get a better option with looking at our third and final corner that's going to be in the top layer, which is this one. So I'm going to insert this red over here, and even though it's attached to this edge, I know that it's going to be in the top layer because when I'm inserting the green, it's in the position to be in the top layer because it's going to be over here. So I'm going to be inserting it, and then I'm going to be doing, it's going to be over here, and then I'm going to be doing a D prime, so it's going to be over here. And this will be in the top layer right over here, actually, in this exact same orientation. And then where is this going to go? So once I'm inserting the green here, I have to do a D prime. So once I'm inserting the green, this is orange, this is blue, and this is going to be orange over here, blue over here. So that means I'll have a block, which means it's a pretty nice F2L case. So I can just go, so I have a block, and then go ahead and solve that like this. Okay. On to the rest of the F2L. Okay, next scramble. All right, Alt. Okay. So with the scramble, looks like a pretty decent cross solution here. What I'm gonna do, there's a lot of things I can do actually. Okay. Alright, let's go through a bunch of them. So the very first thing I notice is that in the cross solution I'm going to opt for, which is just moving this right over here, then doing F2R, and then doing a D, and then inserting the blue over here. So essentially here, I'll just do it again. So moving this like that, inserting the green and the orange, and then inserting the blue. So when I'm doing that, I notice that this corner piece is never going to be affected whatsoever. So I can just go right ahead and look at where this edge piece is going to end up. So with a D prime F2, the green's going to be over here and the orange is going to be over here. So I just have to do R, like do a U prime and then RUR to set up the block. That's pretty easy. I'll go through the other options here. So I could do a D prime, and then for this corner over here, which is going to be over here when I do a D prime, I can do an F2, and that's going to be right on top, white over here, and then blue over there. This edge piece, however, when I do a D prime, okay, it's going to be essentially red, blue over here, which is okay. I just have to take the edge out and then I have a 3-move case. But regardless, this is what the F2L case is going to look like. So I have to take the edge out. Sorry, the red and blue is here. So I have to take the edge out and then do a 3-move case, or I can just do this one. In this case, when I'm like predicting which F2L pair to go with, I'm probably going to do these two ones because it's just easier. Like that. And then, yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to cut it off right here for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it insightful. I mentioned this in the end of the other video, but if you guys wanted me to do more of these types of videos, or perhaps want me to take a look at some of the scrambles you found hard and want me to provide my insight on the first F2L pair, let me know down in the comments or forums. But take care for now, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's now head into the outro. Hey guys, that's going to be it for me for this video. I hope you found my examples and explanations insightful. Now, to help me improve my content to better fit your learning style, I would really appreciate it if you could spare a couple of seconds just to fill out this feedback form, and its link is in the description. So here you can let me know what went well, what didn't go well, and what aspects you would like me to include or work on in the future. But anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.